quick question. Who is sitting in seat E11? Nobody. That's a terrible shame, because that's a very good seat. That was my seat my senior year. In 2001, I graduated from this venerable institution, and I have to say it is an exquisite honor to be back again here with you in this place of so many memories. But I'm sure you hear that all the time. However, I doubt you hear it all the time from a priest who went here. There are only a couple, you know, and it's a terrible shame, because, in fact, you are the ones who should be doing this in just a couple years. But more on that later. So, I have to confess that the words I'm about to speak, I am totally cribbing from one of the greatest authors of all time, that would be Plato. I guess that's up for discussion though. But still, he's a great guy. I'm giving you today something called the cave. The cave is a pretty nasty place. So imagine, if you will, that someone, let's say you, or someone named Andrew, or Angela, or, you know, think of someone, that they lived their whole life chained to the bottom of a cave, and chained in such a way that they can't even move their head. So they're sitting on the bottom of a cave, on the floor, looking at a wall. That's how they live their life. Pretty bad. But behind them, there's this fire. And between the fire and them, there's a place where people walk. And so Andrew or Angela or you or me or someone is looking at the wall. And all they see is shadow. And that's how they know reality. That's their whole world. That's everything that is real to them. The shadow is passing on the wall. Well, let's say one day, Andrew or Angela or you or me or someone gets free. They leave where they are, they go out, they look around, they see that there's a fire back there. They don't know what it's called because they've never seen fire before. And that there are people walking back and forth. And that these images now that they see, these are like new fake images because all they've known in reality are the images on the wall and shadows. Well, this is heavy stuff. So let's say that they also see that there's an opening to the cave. And so they go out, and then suddenly they see the sun, and there's a lake there, and a tree, and the sky, and it's amazing. And they have no idea how to understand it. Because all this stuff is so much brighter, more brilliant, and more wonderful than anything they've ever seen before in their lives. Okay, so that's the cave. First, there are shadows and dark things. Then, there are bright things. Of course, Andrew or Angela or you or me don't necessarily know which one is real because we grew up with the shadow, right? But then, coming to terms with it, you see that some things are better, some things are more worthy. Well, I have to say that this is pretty much what you're doing here in this place. You're getting out of the cave, so welcome to the light. So you see, being stuck in the cave, let's say, and oh, by the way, thank you to the students in the parking lot of St. Ambrose I talked to 2 weeks ago. You know who you are. You gave me inspiration for this today. You're awesome. So, being stuck in the cave is, for you right now, carelessness about what you're doing, or nonchalance, or especially cynicism. You see, you have an opportunity here for all the greatest things, and you have to take advantage of it. You see, like in the gospel, this would be like taking the talents, though that is a thing of money, some kind of measure of money, let's say $1 or more probably, and burying it in the ground, and you get nothing on it. Well, that's a bad thing to do. There's wailing and grinding of teeth involved for that. Don't do that. And in fact, I want to give you a piece of wisdom that I've learned in the years I've been in school, which is now pretty ridiculous. I go back to school tomorrow in Rome. I get on a plane and I get out of here. And I have to say, it's kind of been a lot to be my 25th year. So 12 years isn't so bad. Or 4 more years after that. Or 4 more years after that. Anyway, so, piece of wisdom. Doing well in your classes, okay, I'm also going to say something that all your teachers are going to want to crucify. Doing well in your classes, this is the minimum. You see, you're not here to learn things. Whoa. You're not. You're here to become better people. To become people that our society can be proud of and should be proud of. And this is why you have all these opportunities in front of you. You see, you have to get out of the cave. Don't look at the shadow. Now, the shadow is good because it's where you came from, but there's more than that. What you learn is just the beginning. How does it affect you personally? How does it change you in your life? Question to ask. Being freed out of the cave means taking a personal investment in what you do, in these classes that you take, in the school that you go to, in the friends that you have, in the teachers that you have, and all these opportunities that you've been given. And it's important to care about it and to expand this allegory. If you do that, then you're like the fellows in the gospel who had the 5 and made 10, or the 2 and made 4. You're taking what you've been given and turning it into something more. The teaching that you're given is just teaching, but it's supposed to turn you into something great. Let yourself be formed by that around you which is best, and reject what is less than excellent. Before all things comes charity, all right? Charity is important, and we always are called to be better neighbors, but that doesn't mean that we compromise our principles and treat something as good when it's not. If we're going to get out of the cave and look at the sun, I'd also say that we can't go back into the cave and think that the fire is the brightest thing in the world, because it's not. Today we're celebrating the Mass of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, who is the giver of wisdom, of understanding, of counsel, of strength, of knowledge, of fear of the Lord, all these things that we heard Mr. Clark say in the first reading. I haven't. Here's one of my teachers. Because by faith we receive grace, in faith we receive these gifts, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, fear of the Lord, counsel, strength, and bring them into the world. And this is why you're here. This is why you are a judge student. So don't get caught in the cave. And certainly don't let yourself be dragged back into it if you're already out. It may be a comfortable and safe place, or it may just be where you know how things are. But it is only a place of easiness and all the other vices of mediocrity. You are called to more. Besides, once you open your eyes to the sun, how can the light of the fire be sufficient? All right, that's all I have. Except one more thing. In this room, I guarantee there are 30 of you, at least, who have a vocation to the consecrated life, to religious life, to the priesthood, something that involves giving your whole life over to God for the sake of everyone else. You're in this room. I don't know who you are. You may know who you are. You may not. God knows who you are. But even though I don't know who you are, I want to let you know the following 2 things. First, I'm fasting for you today. I'm praying for you in a special way. Second, this Mass is being offered for you.